Greetings to everyone. Today, I will present the envision of GRUEN Group 27, Trinity, which traces its name as an acronym for Dream Green City. Actually, I wanted to minimize this toolbar. That's all. Which traces its name as an acronym for Dream Green City. We have together come up with several criteria to come to consensus with our goals and reality. Here is the basic layout of our city about which I will be elaborating using two SimCity models. Now let's get back to the EAP objectives. All the criteria correspond to the EAP objectives. For example, energy performance relates to objective 2, that is the use of renewable resources, and similarly, eco-living promotes the preservation of natural capital and hence comes under objective 1. Moving with the first criteria, that is sustainable urban mobility. Highways, bridges, and long flyovers support the mass transit system. Organized roadway systems and buses help to reduce the traffic congestion. Carpooling and the use of electric vehicles are common insights to our city. Electric vehicles eliminate the use of greenhouse gases and improve air quality. Bicycle sharing programs and Milan Starter Party are key features initiatives by the city government. According to the Milan Starter Party plan, 35 kilometers of the city streets have been reallocated to cyclists and pedestrians. The houses in the city have photovoltaic roofs, which convert solar energy to chemical energy. Biowall is an important aspect of Trinitarian houses. Biowall is basically an intricately planned series of small plants lined up in a row and is based on the system of hydroponics. Hydroponics delivers water directly to the roots of the plants, thus ensuring good water and air retention capacity. Moving to aquaponics. Aquaponics is basically a combination of aquaculture and hydroponics. It eradicates the problem of soil-borne diseases and there is no requirement of fertilizers. Here is an example of China's housing, which has got boosted with the efficient bamboo homes. The bamboo is one of the best carbon dioxide diffusers. It uses geothermal and groundwater energy. Here is an example of the green skyscrapers about which we will be elaborating later part of this video. Series of wind power plants have been set up in the city. Backup generators have been installed in the Trinity to supply energy on cloudy days. Magnetic levitation captures energy from every direction, thus converting to energy at very high efficiencies. Solar energy is another cost-effective source of energy. In order to increase the uses of solar cells, installation of electronics for self-adjustment to light direction has been promoted in the solar singles. Moreover, cost of solar cells is estimated to reduce in the upcoming years. Therefore, it will make solar energy more economical. Setup of factories based on pollution radius, use of renewable products together contribute to regulating the pollution radius. Air quality links with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Emissions of aerosols, which are dirty, liquid, and solid particles present in the air, is the main cause of air pollution. Here are some of the key methods to improve the air quality, such as the use of carbon dioxide for soil remediation, the making of compulsory for the car owners to install devices such as WeNow, which reduce and monitor the fuel consumption. Then, switching to less pollutant cars to reduce CFCs and monoxide emissions. According to the medical researchers, the plants have been divided to two categories, the best and the worst. The former is used to improve the indoor air quality and the latter is limited since it leads to allergies. Education is the passport for future, since tomorrow belongs to those who care for today. Finland is renowned to have the best education system, since the education learning is divided to 4 key concepts. First is the early education, the basic education, which features no division for 9 years, upper education system, which consists of general and vocational division. The upper education is free and based on practical applications. Now let's have a quick glance to the education system in Germany. German education system highlights 3 key levels, that is the Grundschule, the Mittelschule, Realschule, Gymnasium und der Mittlere Reife oder Abitur. The German education system focuses equally on after-school opportunities such as the FSJ, which is a social voluntary service year. The Ausbildung is an apprenticeship in Germany where a student attends school and works simultaneously. In this way, the student gains theoretical and practical knowledge at the same time. Waste management of our city is divided to low-carbon incinerators for treating food waste and the recycling center. The recycling center is based on the 5R principle, that is, the refuse, reduce, replace, recycle, and repurpose. The waste management hierarchy enlists 5 techniques for waste management, which, if followed, leaves nothing that could end up in a landfill site. Cybersecurity features the use of drones, which perform strike missions overseas and used for maintenance of weapons. In relation to the COVID-19 pandemic, drones have become a necessary part in our life since the bullets can't reach everywhere. Agriculture using artificial intelligence promotes the use of robots for agricultural practices to tackle the labor challenge. Cloud seeding is a relatively new method which has been successfully carried out in UAE. This is the process of creating artificial rain in scarce regions. 3 key strategies to manage any kind of disaster are response, rescue, and relief operations. Then, mass casualty management and rehabilitation facilities provide the basic support. Rainwater harvesting collector and the drip irrigation are the 2 basic techniques for water management. Pure water is the world's foremost and first medicine. Here are some innovative water purification techniques. Nanotechnology uses membranes, and membrane technology uses membranes which are about 3,000 times finer than human hair. It is even difficult to imagine this kind of width. Artificial intelligence plays a key role in healthcare sector. Robots monitor patients, alert the nurses in case of emergency, and disinfect the patient rooms. Now I would like to suggest some methods to sustainable healthcare. Switching to electronic reports reduces the paper waste. Recycling of kidney water ejected helps to cut down the resources and therefore makes kidney care more resilient. The healthcare sector is notorious for the waste it generates. Therefore, the use of reusable products which can be sterilized for further treatments. Algorithms are also used to provide precise diagnosis in the healthcare sector. Moving to sewage treatment. Modular hybrid activated sludge digesters, as shown on the slide, is one method to treat the sewage. The Nauter acts as a wastewater, treats the wastewater, and also provides safe sludge for the reuse in fertilizers. This is the cloud technology plant. The working of the entire plant is based on cloud storage. Thus, this replaces the human efforts to manage any kind of machinery. Below are some key features to smart industries, such as increased automation and intensive use of data analytics. Green government buildings and formation of sustainable policies are the 2 main features. Under sustainable policies, we mean the provision of human rights and the freedom to express their ideas. This is an example of an eco-living house constructed in Nanjing. It relies completely on solar passive design. The rooftop gardens and rainwater harvesting collector is a basic key feature to this. The kitchens have been separated from living space in order to support vigorous cooking. Now, let's have a look at the relation to COVID-19 with the Sustainable Development Goals. Amid the coronavirus pandemic, the healthcare has become a matter of life and death, which has made the inclusion of artificial intelligence compulsory in this sector. Hence, Sustainable Development Goals have become even more important than before. This is a short video to explain our SimCity. Before we start, I would like to inform that our city has been divided to 2 parts. This is the residential zone, whereas this is the service, commercial and industrial zone. To start with the service zone, the water management towers, basic water towers, have been lined in our 20 as shown here. Apart from this, rainwater harvesting structures have been installed at the rooftops. Factory production consists of small factories, the basic factories, the high-tech factories which do not, and the nanotech factories which do not cause pollution. The sewage treatment system of our city consists of basic outflow sewage pipes and the small sewage outflow pipe. Instead of incineration plants, 2 recycling centers have been set The energy provision in our city has been really divided to two categories, that is the solar power plant, which caters to the energy provision for 35 households, and the wind energy, which is divided to deluxe wind power plants and the small wind power plants. The nursery school, the Department of Education, the grade school, the public library, and in the middle of the city, the high school and the community college has been constructed, which has led to a tremendous boost in the population of the city. Security. The security in our city has main highlights with two systems, that is the drone protection system and the police present. Here is an example of the police present. This is an example of a small drone-based system. Similarly, 4 small drone-based systems have been built in our city. Drones provide commercial aerial surveillances and they provide for disaster relief. Here you can see that the drones are monitoring the city management. In relation to this, I would like to also brief about the small control net tower. Now, you might be thinking, what are omega zones? The omega zones have more residents and they help the population to sky high. This is an example of the Neo Mall. The Neo Mall provides items such as here it has provided the Eco Bag. The residential zones in Trinity range from high-rising skyscrapers to a number of towers. I would like to also highlight the green space in our residential zone. Now, this is basically the green space that has been provided in our residential zone. This is the landscape, the big lake, the small lake, and here is the small fountain park. The economy in our city has been divided to two structures. That is, first is the Trade Depot, which is basically the export system, and the second is the Global Trade HQ Center, which is the import system. In order to manage all the things efficiently, a sustainable government system is required. Therefore, the Government Department of Trinity is divided to 6 institutions. That is, the City Hall, which collects the taxes, the Town Hall, which checks for city achievements, as well as the Omega Lab. Now, turning on to the Omega Research Centers, here the Omega items are prepared, and the Neobank is where the PhDs transform the Omega material to useful items, whereas the Omega Lab is a place which is the source of Omega material. To start with the residential zones, here you can see that the Green Valley buildings have rooftop gardens and rainwater harvesting system. Here, all the multi-story buildings as well as the small houses are covered in green. Now, I would like to move to the survey conducted by GRUEN Group 27. GRUEN Group 27 had conducted a short survey of about 11 questions to analyze the level of awareness among the people of different age groups. In order to make people aware of various sustainable practices, we have given examples of some new innovations in context to each criteria. For example, in this question of waste management, the knowledge of robot trash bins or the robo bins shows the significance of using robots to achieve sustainable waste management. This is the nuclear energy question, which is an open-ended question for which I would like to analyze the survey results. So basically, on the basis of the 204 responses that we had received, we have come to a conclusion that many people prefer the use of renewable energy and the promotion of green space as the key role to sustainable practices. Now, moving on to the nuclear energy question, we would like to analyze the responses for this also. Most of the people have answered the vitrification method of being the best method. Vitrification method is basically the conversion of nuclear radioactive waste to glass, which makes it more compact. However, the nuclear radioactive waste disposal continues to be a major problem. We have also highlighted this in our website. These are a few insights from our website. This is the website mania. Now I would like to move to do credits to our team members. These are the 4 girls, like Seher Khurana, Twinkle Soni, Sunishka Davar, and Urja Kohli, who have worked to complete this project. Now I would like to conclude with a famous German quote. Es ist immer Zeit für einen neuen Anfang. It means that it is always time for a new beginning. We would like to thank Sir Brian Knudsen for his constant mentorship. Even the smallest of his insights have helped us in big ways. We sincerely thank all the GRUEN teachers for their guidance.